Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rick Smiley Morning Show. Every Wednesday, it is Wellness Wednesday. We got the one and only Dr. M.J. Collier in the building, and he's here to help us stay healthy. Dr. Collier, good morning. Happy to have you.
Good morning, Rickey. Smiley. Thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure as always. Good morning, Rock P. Special K. Gary with the T, Alfredas, and the Brat. And Rickey, thank you for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Rickey, we are focusing always on the health of African-American people and try to give some emphasis to that of African-American men, always disproportionately affected by various disease states. And so there is a process called Healthy People. It started in 2010, I think. And the next guidelines are Healthy People 2030. And the objective of Healthy People 2030 basically is to do things to optimize people's health, particularly people of color, because of the disparities in healthcare. So one of the things that this is going to be focusing on this time between now and 2030 are the social determinants of health, because we know we always talk about genetic predispositions and why African Americans and other people of color disproportionately affected by disease states. Well, now there's an entire science based on the social determinants of health, and this basically means the conditions in the environments where people are born, live, learn, work, play, worship, and at the age that affects a wide range of health function and quality of life outcomes and risk. Basically, in the Atlanta area, there's health disparities in various zip codes depending upon whether you live above the I-20 perimeter or below the I-20. So, health access, things like food deserts, all of these are things that over time can affect a person's health. And oftentimes it's not necessarily people that are undereducated. You can have a good education, but if you live in a certain zip code, your lifespan will be shorter because of that one choice that you made, that you wanted to live on the south side of town or whatever. So they're going to be addressing those social determinants of health, Healthy People 2030, and that's something that we're going to be talking about as more information comes available. And so, Rickey, one of the things that's going to happen this weekend, Saturday, August 29th, the Sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated will host the Champion Impact Moment. This is in Atlanta. It's a citywide day of service and celebration in Atlanta. It's going to be at the Georgia International Convention Center. And this free event starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 12, and it's focusing on health, education, and family support. Myself and Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Rho Phi Lambda chapter, will be presenting a forum focusing on men's health. And we have a segment, Rickey, called, Alphas are ice cold. We have a forum called Cold Conversations, and this is going to be about men's physical and mental health, letting men know that taking care of themselves, that it's going to be, it's safe to do so, and that you're not weak if you decide you want to, get counseling and things like that. So There you have it, Rickey.
All right, let's go to the phones. You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I have a stabbing pain between my shoulder and my joint, and it seems like it's internal, so I wanted to know, is that something that I should seek medical attention for, or simply just take some meds, or if you can tell me what it is?
Okay, oftentimes from what you're describing, it can be gas, and so an antacid such as a Pepsid can give you relief. Try something like Mylanta or Malox. If that does not, just take a standard anti-inflammatory such as Motrin, Advil, or Aleve to see if you can get some relief. If you have a history of injury, stretching, heavy lifting, you felt a pop or a pull, it might need to be further evaluated. Or if you don't get relief from those simple things, then pain is always an indication that something is not right. Pain tells you I need to be evaluated, and don't minimize that. You go into the physician's office, and that's the first thing you talk about, that I'm having this pain, how long it's been going on, can you relate it to an activity or an injury that could have happened or not? And oftentimes if it's spontaneous, it definitely needs to be evaluated and possibly some imaging such as a CT scan or an MRI.
All right, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I recently started taking blood pressure medicine like last year, and it's starting to affect my performance in bed. So I want to know what can I do to reverse that.
Okay, treating hypertension, particularly in men of color, African American men, is requires some great understanding of medications that can negatively impact your ability to get and maintain an erection, or the choices that can be made to treat that blood pressure. Dr. Collier not only never puts anybody on those types of medications, I always sometimes try to give you some medications that can enhance that function. The class of drugs that I like to use are called angiotensin receptor blockers, or ARBs. What they do is block the effect of a hormone that makes your blood pressure go up under stress. When that hormone isn't present, the medications literally don't do anything, so they have zero side effects unless you're allergic to the product proper, which about 2% of people can be. So those help tremendously, and then vasodilators such as verapamil or amlodipine cause the blood vessels to increase in size. Because the mechanism of erection is one of blood flow, you get more blood flow going into that area, so you have a better response, longer, harder erections. So those are the two classes of drugs that I oftentimes will put patients on. It is unusual to not get good control with those, but then also look at other disease states like diabetes that can negatively impact that. And then it also could be a function of aging and low testosterone. Because if you were on the medication for over a year and not having a problem with it, there's really no reason for you to start having a problem with it now.
Yeah, and big dog, when you get back right, stir it like coffee.
Stir
coffee.
Stir that coffee. Lipo
coffee.
Get you some Lipo
Dr. Collier, let them know how you can be reached.
Okay, Rickey Smiley, tonight. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and now TikTok Live. Go to and subscribe to my TikTok channel. Ask Dr. MJ. Why? Because your health is important. This is not a podcast. It is a live broadcast. The only interactive forum that allows you, the listener, to call in and ask your healthcare questions. Tune in tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via TikTok. Ask Dr. MJ. All right, Rickey, stay. Don't you dare go away. You're listening to Dr. MJ on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.